Hello and welcome to Standard TV Youth Corner. And today, particularly on Youth Corner, we'll be looking at sport betting as a new phenomenon in the Nigerian system. Now, this sport betting is the placement of staking and placement of money or bets on sport programs, on sport events across the world. Now, this sport events could range across the football, athletics, volleyball, basketball, and all through sport generally. Now, this sport betting has gone across all these sports alone, as it has now moved into the recent trend of having to play on non-human sports as well, where you have the popular dog race, which is known as the Ajansari, and also other illegal underground sports. Now, today in the studio with me, I'll be doing it alongside people who I feel knows best about sport betting and giving us an insight on what really sport betting is. I have here with me today a lecturer in the Department of Language of the Federal Polytechnic Bida, Bala Alhaji Afa. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, to my right here, I have with me someone who is really interested in sports betting, and he's from the Department of Accountancy, Chende 2 of the Federal Polytechnic Bida, Mr. Usman Aminu. Thank you very much for coming, sir. Thank you. And to my far right here, I have someone again who, he's also very interested, keenly interested in sports betting. He's from the Department of Electrical Science and the Federal Polytechnic Bida, Abubakar Mohammed Yanda. Thank you very much for coming, sir. Yes. Now, let's look into what sports betting really is. Let's give honor to father in the house here, Mr. Bala. Sir, can you tell us a little bit of what triggers youth into going into sport betting?
Well, the concept of sport betting is not a new concept, but I call it it's an old concept. Even before now, there are issues of betting all over the world. But I will be very comfortable in calling the recent sports betting as modern sport betting. Youth all over the world now engage in sport betting. It depends on culture and interest. It could be popular club matches like UEFA Champions League or local amateur matches all over the world. But the misconception is when we say sport betting, it's not only on a human activity alone. It cut across many aspects of human, including politics itself. There are sport betting in politics. Who win this is, the person who engage in sport betting is called a bettor. A bettor, yeah. So we can see that. But one basic thing, back to your question, one basic reason why youth engage in sport betting is, would I be comfortable in calling it unemployment? Or I will even be very comfortable in saying that's urge of getting easy money.
Easy money, yes.
The urge of getting easy money. So that is the summary of, but they are under the canopy of unemployment, which is a national and natural phenomenon. But to me, I will be very comfortable in calling it urge of getting easy money without stress.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Now, he has summarized it saying it's easy access or the easy means to getting money and as youth. Now, to my right here, Mr. Usman, do you agree to this concept that it's just an easy access to getting money, or you feel it's just back to the unemployment as a Nigerian now?
It goes round of it all, because if you don't have job, you have to do something. Some people, rather than going to steal or do other illegal things, like, let me get back to you now. You said illegal betting. No,
yes.
I will tell you that betting is legal, because if it's not legal, it will not be running all over Nigeria and outside Nigeria. So it's legal. Let me use it, invest, because now if you don't drop, you won't have. So I call it invest. So it goes that way too, that yes, it's an easy way to get money via your own money. But this is a give and take something. If you give, you take.
Well, that's a very good one. Now, the illegal concept here of betting. Now, it's recent discoveries have shown that there are underground illegal betting. Now, this could go past the human betting, where they have the dog ways, and even the dog fightings. Now, it has been discovered that people do go bet on this, and so that one is definitely illegal if it's not. Okay. Or as Nigerians, do we have access to playing that?
Yes, we do. Yes. Because going far back, you do know about gladiators.
Yes.
They bet for it. It's a game. There's a game again that hunters will go to farm to kill animals, and probably the one that kill the best have much money. That is a game. So those things have been made legal. It's not that it's illegal. It has been made legal, but there's a provision for it. There's an extent to go that you say is a stop there. So all those, the dog race and the horse race, the dog fighting the dog is legal because it has already been registered. If it's registered, it's legal.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. You're still on to Standard TV Youth Side, and today we are discussing particularly on sports betting and as it affects the youth, and definitely we'll be looking at how it affects the economy as well. But we'll be going on a quick commercial break. Please stay tuned.
Can you perceive that awesome aroma?
Yes, let's go check where it's coming from.
Sweetheart, the meal seems really different and unique. What is the secret?
Honey, the secret is Golden Penny Pure Vegetable Oil.
Golden Penny Pure Vegetable Oil?
Yes, the home of good food.
You can get this product at Modern Market, Bida, H-Line, Shop 329, J-Line, Shop 332. Contact 080-6933-6986. Golden Penny, the home of good food.
Welcome back to Standard TV. If you're still joining us, it's Youth Side on Standard TV, and particularly we're discussing on sports betting. Now, sports betting, as we know, is just the placement of money by punters and bettors on sports activities all around the world, and this has spun across even the European leagues. Even Nigerian leagues now have access and even a pass to placing bets. Okay, sir. Now, next question goes to Mr. Mohammed here. Now, as a youth, what do you feel is the real drive for you going into engaging yourself in sport betting?
Actually, what's mostly important in sport betting, is because maybe like we need money. You understand? We need money just to support ourselves. Like, we are a student now. Sometimes we call our parents that we need money. Sometimes it will be difficult for them to get us the money early. So we use that opportunity. When like we have a little money with us, we say, okay, let us try our own luck. Maybe, definitely, God will provide something there. So we go and bet. Sometimes we lost and sometimes we gain. So it feels so good when we won, and it feels bad when we lose. You understand? So like last week, when I won 28,000 naira, and Bet Nigeria, I won 28,000 naira. I was feel excited and I was happy with that. I used that money to buy one or two things. I was like trying to buy a phone. You understand? So the opportunity came and I just used the money.
Now, before we go, let's look into a little advice on sports betting and how it affects youth. Now, sir, I would start with you. Now, creativity aspect. What advice would you give the youth out there?
Well, my advice is youth should engage in legal sport betting. There are many illegal sport betting that will put youth in trouble, you understand? They should distinguish between legal sport betting and illegal sport betting, you understand? Legal sport betting are those betting that you do you are covered, you are protected. Well, illegal sport betting, even when you are engaging in it, you know you are engaging in illegal activity, and it has its own consequences to the youth, you understand? So I advise you to engage in illegal sport betting. Yes.
That's the first advice from a father. Now let's take an advice. It will be a question advice to Mr. Usman here. So Mr. Usman, as a first time or as a friend coming to you first time, would you advise me to go into sport betting?
Sure, I would.
Why would you?
Okay, I would advise you because they will tag Nigeria as Nigeria is hard. Nigeria is hard. But the only advice I'll give you is to use your idle money.
Your idle money.
Idle money. Money that you know that if I should stake this, it will not affect what I want to do with money in the future. That's what I would tag. You should use your idle money. And if you are staking, as they will say, drink responsible, stake responsible. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Smith. You've heard it all on Standard TV Youth side, and today we'll be talking on sport betting. Well, the little advice I as a person would give is you as a youth, make sure you don't take this as an addiction, because there's high rate of you becoming depressed and even having heart traumas and when most especially one game caught your game. So on this note, we'll be saying thank you very much for being part of our program today on Standard TV Youth side, and I had with me those ever reliable persons who really have done justice to sport betting and giving us insight on this talk. I had here with me Mr. Usman, Mr. Alhaji Bala Afa, who did, who is a lecturer in the Department of Language Studies here in the Federal Polytechnic Bida. Thank you very much for coming, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. And I also have here with me a very good friend of mine, Mr. Usman Aminu, who is an HND2 student of the Department of Accountancy. Thank you very much, sir, for coming. And our very own winner here, we hope he wins this week again, so he can come and give us something here. Will you give us anything? So, Mr. Abubakar Muhammad Yanda, thank you very much for being on this note. Thank you very much for being part. Thank you. Stay blessed.